They was just drinking, they was getting drunk. So she called him up. She said, "Hubby, where you at?" Then he come to these crazy women just crying, going laughing about nothing, talking about get your act together. It was a funny scene. This show is freaking ridiculous. This is a ridiculous show. A lot has happened in this episode. The most egregious part was when they kissed and 2 seconds later they were drenched as if they just got out the pool. I hated every part of this, but I don't know why they thought that scene was fire. They needed it. Sure. Anyways, let's move on. So they happy. I was like, whoa, buddy, you're moving way too fast. I forgot they were married. I said, ma'am, respect yourself. But then I forgot. They already done did the do, so it don't even matter. They're married. Clocks stopped. That is a big deal. Buddy is losing it left and right. The more he fall in love, the more he loses powers. So he in love. We all can see it. He's just watching her sleep. She get a little nervous because he watching her sleep, talking about some, I don't know how I look. Was I snoring? Blase. They're having a blast. He want to do everything couple related. So he want to go to the restaurants. He want to do the couple sets or the couple food. I forget what they call them, but I think it's a couple set dish. He want to do that. He want to go and pretty much do everything couple related. But right now they're at the lunch. They're trying to do the couple set. She's like, "Chill out, bud. We just got here. You don't gotta do all that." They run into my man's again. This is the bad date that was supposed to be married to Dorahi, but luckily she did not go through with that. He was talking stuff, talking about some he dumped her and he was doing all this extra stuff, but obviously it was incorrect. Moving on, another scene, a lovey-dovey. They eating ice cream on the swing at the park. He didn't call it off because I think that was the holiday for it was their anniversary or whatever for the work or the job. So they at the park, they were having fun, more lovey-dovey scenes. She had the day off, so they could just hang out. He was super happy. He wanted to ride one of those bikes, so he made her get up so they can go do their little bike scene. Pretty cute. Outside of that, she's still going crazy trying to figure out why she just gave it all up. Uh, she apparently don't know what happiness is. They just walking around the park enjoying themselves. She enjoying herself, talking about how she's just happy to be happy and with her man. Oh, to be young and not just playing, but they happy. She's still watching them, taking pictures, trying to figure out what's going on. Literally, they just happy. They're not. There's nothing happening here. So they are coming back home, and unfortunately, she gets reminded of the song. The song is played, and she gets put right back to that spot where she was dangling for her life. So it's unfortunate that they basically ruined the song for her. So her hubby decides to make their song and they dance to it to remove that bad memory of being hung to death. So it's a nice little scene as well. And then they move on to Crazy Man and his son. It just gets keep getting crazier and crazier, but essentially they're golfing. We've cut to the killer and right now he's just trying to figure out how to go about his killings again and everything like that. But we don't see much else of him. We just see when flashbacks of crazy son, the oldest eldest son, interacting with his mom. But again, it's just more about plot about him being crazy, about his son being even crazier, etc. She's just happy. She's out of it all. She's like, I'm so glad I gave up all that bull. I got my man. I'm good. I ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. So just more of those same things. He trying to talk her out of it, talking about some you need to fight for what? It's over. I got money still. I don't really need to do all that. That's just extra stress in my life. She living a dream, in my opinion. But he doesn't like that. He wants revenge. So then, dude, I don't trust Steele came to visit. He's talking about some. Do you really trust your man? She like, yeah, I really trust my man. That's your man. Stick beside him. That's exactly how it went. I don't even know why he even came over there. Then he started talking to the demon again, just telling him, hey, You can't let her give all this up for you. He think I'm letting her give it all up. I'm trying to get looking for revenge all day. Then we get back to another scene. This is another interaction that was just strange to me, but Secretary and Dodo he decided to go for drinks, and that was a pretty interesting scene you will see in a bit. He went to the police officers, the demon did, to try to sketch half of the face that he saw to get the other half, and they were able to make that up. So he sent it off to his minions to go find the actual killer, as well as the police officers were doing their own database search. So hopefully we get something good to come out of that soon. But they had this really interesting scene about the minions cleaning up the art museum, and he telling them to get out. Then old girl, she's still mad because he's willing to give it all up for Dodo. She's heated. I told you, supposed to be a demon. You can't be giving it all up for her. He like, yes, I can. You speak on it again, it's a wrap for me and you. Then they go to the scene for them drinking, and things go left quickly. They just talking about marriage and what she got out of her marriage. It was a really interesting concept what she's talking about. She had to go through the marriage just to see who the type of person she is, her weaknesses, her strengths, etc. Thought that was a pretty interesting scene. But they was just drinking, they was getting drunk. So she called him up. She said, "Hubby, where you at?" Then he come to these crazy women just crying, going laughing about nothing, talking about get your act together. It was a funny scene. But basically he ended up calling his friend him right here to help with the secretary, and he obviously was with Dodo He. So they walked around, more cutesy lovey stuff. He put her to bed. He's still sad about, I don't like that you don't know who's out here to get you. So he's trying to figure that out. She started putting the moves on him with her drunk self. He like, I need you to go ahead and just go home. She said, I don't know where my house is. So I don't know what's gonna happen with next with that because we didn't get an update after that. But then you can see them on the street, the minions looking for the man, the killer. But then he gets a message from his boss. The killer gets a message from the boss saying, "Hey, let's meet up. We got to finish this up and get this all taken care of." So I think they were planning to burn down the location where he's been hiding out. So then you can see the police officers, they're back at it. They found something, so they were on to something as well. But we get a scene back to the killer in his area, and it was a theater because I thought he was an actor. And come to find out, it's Crazy Dad. So it's the eldest son. He was the one that was working with him. He was the one with the gloves. He was the one with the lighter. All of the things that were occurring, even one who killed Ma Dukes, it was all him. It was the revelation that was like, I thought it was you, but I was hoping that it could be a little bit of a twist, but it was exactly who we think it was. A little boring, but it's okay. So he said he turned on him. He trying to kill him too. He pretty much burnt it down and put it on fire and laughed about it basically. Next up, we had the scene of Dodo He waking up. She was already drunk as ever, but she was sobering up. They both got a call, one from the minion saying, "Hey, we found him." One from the police officer saying, "Hey, we found him." They go in there, they find him dead, burnt up with a knife in his chest, same way that the demon was stabbed. So everybody trying to figure out, I think this was a warning. Hey, we should probably not try to look into this. But then he starts to realize, how did all this line up? So then he go back to his office to go find the bug. And he actually finds the bug that was in his office the entire time where they can listen to him and all his problems, the demon book, etc., etc. This was a weird scene because the wife was able to find the burnt gloves that the husband just burned after he went and murdered the killer. He burned them at the house and she found them. He noticed that she found them. Nothing else happened. I don't know if she's going to turn on him or not, but that's nothing else happened. Then we get this scene with Dodo He and him, and he's basically still trying to convince her that he ain't the right for her. The demon ain't right for her. Do you think she care? No, she does not care. She is head over heels for the demon. The demon finally realizes that the clock stopped almost at the end of the episode. And he's just trying to figure it all out. He's like, what happened? So then he realized the daughter is no, that the actual daughter lost the mother are ready and all the contracts he had are over with, which is pretty messed up. So all the contracts he had ever had with people gone cooked. So he went to go find a fortune teller to figure it all out. Come to find out, fortune teller is God, which is a crazy twist, but I figured she was some type of higher power, but not being God itself. So she was, and she gave him the craziest of ultimatums. As they were talking, crazy girl and dude I don't trust met up. They're talking about what he was, and he's a devil. But she told him, God told the demon that only way you can get your powers back is when Dodo he dies. So I don't know where this goes from here, but I know it's interesting. So I'll see y'all in the next one.